We're starting up. We're starting up, bruh. Today we're talking about the fucking ghosts and the paranormal, bruh. Bro, you don't even have the same beliefs that I do when it comes to the paranormal, bruh. He's talking about, yeah, I don't think you're gonna meet that guy. Yeah, Marcel will go to heaven for sure. Marcel will go to heaven for sure. Marcel stole some Yeah, what drugs do you be doing, Marcel? Mm. Hmm. Peanut butter what? Peanut butter what, bro? Gas face. Peanut butter gas face. Okay, okay. I'm gonna remember that one, bro. Peanut butter gas face. Hey, so listen. Look. Look, I was saying this before the stream, Zaz. I think it was before you got here, right? And I was telling them that, like, I'm genuinely, no bullshit, I'm genuinely concerned that talking about the paranormal is gonna bring some shit down on me, bruh. No, not socially. I mean, like, with the, yeah, that I'm gonna. Oof. Bruh, even just watching a YouTube video where there's like some questionable moment where somebody catches something, my hair starts fucking, and I'm just like, ooh, what? And I'm just like, yeah, we're started. We're live. We are live. Hey, okay. Let me take off my little bottom overlay thing. But not okay, because it's like, at least I don't know if y'all have this belief or not, but I definitely have this belief that if, let's say, you were to fucking, I don't know, have a ghost or some kind of spirit or something in your house, right? And you notice some kind of little activity or whatever. I have this strong belief that if you start to fucking confirm that it's there and you start to like try to talk to it, you start to seek it out, you start to pay attention to, if you start to pay, hey, Marcel and his fucking haircut, okay, Marcel, what the fuck, got the haircut before me. Yeah, who the fuck are you about to go see? Yeah, he did the whole little line shit, that's what it looked like. Nah. Show us, bruh. Show us the Gucci's. He's just trying not to front. He's trying not to front right now. Listen, so yeah. So You empower it. Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because I think that they feed off of energy. So I think they feed off of energy. So if you're not giving it anything to feed off of, you're ignoring it, you're not really paying attention to it, you dismiss it easily, whatever, you don't believe in it, I think that it'll have like very, very little energy to feed off of you. So it won't really be able to do much of anything. But if you're someone who like you hear a fucking sound or you heard a like you put something here and then all of a sudden later on it's over there and then you start paying attention and you're like, "Oh, how did that happen? Why did it?" And you start looking around and like, you know what I mean? You start to acknowledge it and you start wondering, you start paying attention to its behavior. I feel like it sees that you're paying attention and you're wondering why certain things are happening and that's just kind of like feeding it and it's just going to then just take it further and further little by little. You know what I mean? Uh, hey, Blue Cat. I would never, son. That's yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's. I feel like. Hey, Kairos. The fuck. I feel like another plane. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, that does make sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that sounds actually pretty fucking reasonable. I raise the volume, Kairos. Calling me. Hold on. What? Hold on, cause
like the perception of like spirits and whatnot. Who is to say that first world nations are doing ourselves a disservice by having all these
Oh yeah.
distractions with electronics, with the media, with everything else? Who is to say that it's not distracting us from being more openly perceptive to the things that are around us as well, right? Who's
Of
to say
course.
that they're saying stuff out of ignorance, they're speaking out of ignorance where
Oh, a
we're
lot of
not
people
being
do that.
distracted, you know? Like it's
A lot of people do that. A lot of people speak out of ignorance to, distract you from what's really going on.
So
I
like
also
in
feel
terms of
like
like
my
them
bad. Go
being
ahead.
perceptive of stuff. Oh, I was just gonna say like who's to say that like third world nations are actually not speaking out of ignorance? What if they're actually
Yeah.
perceiving stuff because they don't have the distractions of everyday life here in the first world countries? Sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say that I feel like we sometimes
Yeah,
I feel like we put energy into things as well. So like I don't
Hmm.
know if y'all have ever like walked into a friend's house or a family member's house or something and shit feels like kind of nice and like
Yeah.
friendly,
yeah,
welcoming,
definitely.
opening,
If it
and then
they
you
it's
walk
just
into
the
other
energy that it's
places
put forth.
and they don't
You just
feel
feel like
right.
heavy. They feel
Yeah.
heavy. So
It
It
I
all
think
depends around. It all depends on the energy people putting out. When I'm at work and one of my bosses isn't there, the entire store feels different. But as soon as the other boss is just there and it's just like his frantic, always in a rush, always fumbling,
yeah,
always all over the place, his energy is just leaking out of him. And it fucking
definitely.
affects all of us. Like that energy is, I believe in that shit.
So
That shit is true.
to kind of like play alongside what Haru and you were saying, um, so like think about taking a piece of metal like a nail, right? And you try to place it next to another piece of metal. There is no kind of attraction between the two, right? But then you take a nail and you start stroking it with a magnet, and then you put that nail against a piece of metal again, and now it's magnetized, right?
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like there is energy transfers within certain properties, like already, like that's
Hmm.
like a one kind of demonstration. Who's to say that like you guys are saying that we can't embed our
And
energies
what
within
if
like
there
other
is
objects,
though?
you know?
Like, what if there is like how you have a magnet to metal? Like, what if there is a way? I guess maybe
Yeah,
the
that's
way
what I'm
for
saying. That's what I'm
humans,
saying.
maybe the way for humans though is to like meditate and and I guess
Do you think it's
be healthy, treat
possible?
your body right, open your mind, be more open to outer body experiences.
Do you
Maybe
think
do
it's
a little
possible
LSD or something.
that you could leave enough energy? Let's say you fucking lived in the same house all your fucking life, right? Your entire fucking
Yeah,
life.
your energy is there. Your energy is
Do
there
you think
automatically, not even on purpose. It's just there
do you
because you were
think you
there
would
for
be
so
able
long.
to leave enough energy behind that an actual piece of you is left
Nah,
behind though?
nah. This isn't anime,
Potentially.
unfortunately, but
And
not to the
maybe that's
extent I
what
know
people
you're saying.
see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Do you
like
think that a piece of you could be left behind in your energy
To an
and that
extent,
those could
not
be
a piece.
spirits
I say
or
more of just your energy, your essence, like a not a physical part of you, just a metaphysical or
yeah,
an
like
ambient part
that's
of you.
how like potential apparitions could come to
Yeah,
be. They're like a set like they're a piece of your energy set on replay
hmm
or whatever.
yeah. Like it's not actually you there.
mm,
So like when someone sees a ghost, they're not really seeing a ghost. It's like they're perceiving your
like they're
fucking
seeing your
energy.
energy?
Yeah. Listen, I don't understand ghosts, bro. I've never physically seen one. You know,
I don't think I've ever
I've
physically
only
I've heard a
seen
felt
one.
them or
couple
heard them.
interesting stories about that.
I've only seen like shit like even just like a day or two ago I was fucking streaming. No lie, it's there on VOD. I was fucking streaming and I could have sworn that from like the top left corner of my eye all the way to like the back left corner, I just saw like a black fucking stroke. And I literally on stream
Yeah,
was
I
like,
get that sometimes.
what the fuck was that? But then I
I
remembered in
definitely
my
get that.
head, I was like, "A, don't pay attention, guy. Don't acknowledge the shits." And then I was like, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep playing, do my thing. Fuck that, fuck that.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, no, 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 because I don't want to feed it. I don't want it to think that I'm worried or that I'm scared or that now I'm curious and I'm gonna get up and start looking and searching for
Oh,
ant.
but
Nah, nah,
you are
fuck all that.
curious.
Fuck all that. Shh. I don't need to tell it that I'm curious. Bruh,
That's
I know
crazy.
they
That's crazy.
listen, bruh. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like they listen, bruh. I
They
did
do.
feel like they listen.
Nah, but that depends though. If that means we're disputing the fact that it's just your energy left behind, and it's actually something else.
I'm
If you
gonna
feel
save
like,
my stories for a little bit deeper into the podcast.
yeah, I was gonna say, I
Alright.
feel like it's too early. Like we should talk just about the surface of it. You know, just your
Just
belief on it.
caress
I believe in
through.
it, bro. I believe in ghosts. I believe, but just not what your typical ghost is. Like there's not just spirits hanging around my apartment, but I feel like I've heard
Like,
shit in here, or I've felt shit in here that's
So
like
that's
okay,
contradictory in itself then.
yeah, but no,
Yeah.
not in the way that it's the energy. It's not like an actual like. There's not just a spirit hanging around
Oh,
twenty
okay,
four
okay,
seven
okay.
waiting to pop up at night.
Like there's not something that's alive.
Like I feel
It's
like you
kind
could
of
probably
like,
feel a burst of energy of something that was left behind. You might only ever feel it once because that was just it. You know. As far as like residual, I feel like that's when it comes to someone who had such strong energy in a place. Like when a place is haunted, I feel like that's because the tie that person has to that place is just super strong. They were probably there for a very long time, or maybe had an important something important take place there, something very
Yeah.
traumatic in their life.
hmm.
Just a powerful moment for them that caused them to leave behind that piece. But nah, I don't believe it's just chilling with a mind of its own, thinking, hanging around, waiting to torture you and shit.
I mean, I don't know,
That
cause
might be fucking demons.
I feel, yeah, I was
That
about to
might not be a
say that
ghost.
I feel
That
like
might you might
demons
be
and
crossing over
paranormal
into the
shit
demon
kind
territory.
of tie into each other too
They
sometimes
do, but I do feel like they're definitely different.
because I mean, I don't know if demons do exist and whatnot, but if they do and we cannot physically see them, I could see how something being thrown across a room or whatever would be seen as paranormal activity when it's actually a fucking demon or something. You know what I mean? Because we can't
Hmm.
see it, so we can't tell the fucking difference exactly unless you were to like sit there and observe behavior and try to speak to it and figure it the
Yeah,
fuck
you have
out.
to. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to be an avid. You have to be really searching, seeking this shit.
exactly. To figure out like
Fucking
what
ghost
the
hunters.
difference is and all that jazz.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like paranormal shit kind of ties in with
Oh
that
no,
kind of stuff too.
it's all
Sometimes
paranormal. I feel like paranormal is just
something that's
the
not.
supernatural. The paranormal is the supernatural for me. Anything that is abnormal, out of the ordinary.
What about you, Labby?
Aliens, ghosts, all that
Uh,
shit.
I mean, overall, I don't really believe in ghosts or paranormal stuff. Me personally, most of the
Have
time, I
you
think
have
it's
you have you ever had an experience though that you couldn't quite explain that you feel like was kind of like, okay, that was
nah,
weird? No?
nah,
Damn, that
nah.
sucks.
Because maybe the
Nothing.
first place when I like believe in you, like when you're feeding the ghost, like Locke said, uh, like you saw something and you
Saw
saying to
something, heard
yourself,
something, and you were like,
you,
nah, it's
and
nothing.
you like saying to yourself like, nah, don't pay attention. You automatically give attention to the ghost
Mm.
most of the time,
Mm.
indirectly, but you will. But for me, it's always like, nah, maybe it's some
It's just
insects or
some
something
bullshit.
like that, or I don't know. I don't fucking care.
Well, good for you.
And yeah, I'm really like, oh, okay, never mind.
You're good.
Labby's just
And
like fuck that.
other,
It'd be a lot more
I'm
easier
like,
if I
fuck.
didn't believe in this shit. Trust.
For me, it's like, yeah, maybe change my mind. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, but that's good to be honest. When everyone has like their own opinion
Yeah.
and other stuff, when like kids maybe see something, I say to myself, well, they have like a little like
That shit
fantasy.
gets to
Yeah,
me.
it's like for me, yeah, they have like they can see like when sometimes when I'm in the dark outside in the forest, yeah, a tree looks like a motherfucking I don't know, a whole demon, yeah. But that's just my own mind who's telling me
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I know
Sometimes.
like
But it's
well,
also your mind telling you no, it's not there.
yeah, or like
It works both
uh
ways. You
and
can either convince
like
yourself it does exist, or you can convince yourself it doesn't.
yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm more
It's
like
easy. It's easy to do both. That's the problem.
yeah, it's
Nothing is definitive in this life, and it fucking sucks.
I mean
Wish I
hold
had all
on.
the answers already.
I
Where's
feel
the
like
fucking
you know,
picture?
touching on Labby's thing about the fucking kids, that actually kind of gets me now because now sometimes I wonder if those imaginary friend things are literally just like your fucking mind or
Like
like just the kid's mind making some shit up or if that's genuinely something else.
Dog.
I mean hold on. I will
Because then
send
that
it
would tie
in.
into the thing that Zaz was saying that like, the
Yeah.
perceptiveness and when you're younger you're able to see more, but as you get older and the cells and everything dying and whatever, so like is it possible that the fucking kids are seeing something we can't, bro?
I
I
mean,
had another
Yeah.
cousin
was
who said
sorry.
she. No, you got it. No, I was gonna say
Uh,
I had another cousin who also said when she was younger she used to talk about a black and white ghost that used to talk to her like there would be a black ghost and a white ghost, and my aunt was kind of convinced that the black ghost was the ghost of, well, because my cousin's half black, half white. My aunt married a white black dude, so they thought that the black ghost was his um grandmother, and the white ghost was my grandfather, because she said that like the both of them used to talk to her and play with her and like be nice to her and shit. And I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Because in the past life, my grandfather's super racist. Like, so I can't imagine him actually loving a black granddaughter.
Mm,
But
yeah,
yo, death could be very humbling. You never know. You never know what
true.
happens
What
in someone's
if
afterlife. But again,
it just keeps.
if a ghost is just energy left behind, like we're saying, then that couldn't be possible. It couldn't be my reformed racist grandfather coming back from heaven or hell to hang out with my cousin. That seems more out of the realm of possibility than just his energy being left behind and her interacting with that.
Hmm.
I myself have never directly interacted, but like I said, it does seem to just be these fucking kids. These kids seem
I
to
like how
see
you said
shit.
these fucking kids.
They seem to see shit, bro, that we don't see.
They're all like, hold on. I sent just in general chat, like this picture, yeah. It's
In
not that
general
bad,
chat?
yeah. It's just
Oh,
imagine a
what the
kid sees
fuck?
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
imagine.
I
What
guess.
what would
Yeah.
a kid
Give me a
say?
second,
But
I'm
it
gonna
looks like a sign to me.
there.
Yeah, it is a sign, but when you're in the dark, you just look like quick look
Yeah, some
behind
kid
you.
would think that
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
no,
imagine like a
it doesn't.
kid. He will
Look, so
say
this
he
is
saw
the
a
It looks type
fucking,
sinister.
I
picture.
don't know, a nun or something
That
like
does
that.
look like some sinister shit. Just
Yeah,
chilling out
why.
there.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It
kids
looks like some Courage the
see
Cowardly Dog shit.
maybe shit who's
Right?
not really
Great
real.
TV show, by the way.
OD.
Gee.
I'm
But
so
yeah,
mad.
I took
HBO
the
Max
picture.
just got mad Cartoon Network shows, but they did not get Courage. I was like, what the fuck?
Mm.
So, when I was younger, I used to like I'm talking about the age of like 2, right? I'd be like laying in bed trying to fall asleep, and I'd hear like I don't know who, I don't know what. I'd hear like my name being called profusely, and
At the
then when
age
I'd
of
finally
2,
be like, yeah, I'd finally be like, yo, what? Hello, who's there? Mom, like, are you calling my name? And then she'd be like, no, go to bed. And then I'd keep hearing it, and it happened for probably from the ages of 2 to the ages of 5.
I'm saying you
Not every
remember
night,
memories
but
from the age of 2.
dude, I
Damn,
do.
you're a smart
I,
fucking
I
baby. Oh,
very
you must be one of those
vaguely,
I was
fucking
gifted.
people
I
who
very
had
vaguely
that thing
remember.
that they say some kids have, where they really do straight up remember shit from being like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's cool. Damn, are you also like really really smart?
Well, they said I was gifted. I'm pretty sure I'm just straight up a peg at this point, but
I feel you. I mean, I'm gifted, but I'm pretty fucking stupid at some things. I'm pretty gifted at others. No, that's cool.
Bro, that's I don't know.
Damn, so you must be more susceptible to all this shit out here, bro.
potentially, you never know.
Potentially, yeah.
I feel
No,
like
Marcel, you still awake, bro?
That must have got attacked from the ghost.
Yeah.
I think the fucking
He's
ghost
done.
They
took him
fucking took him.
away, bro.
R.I.P.
We invited it, and it's
So like, look,
You guys know Marcel.
I've had like some small, like just very small things happen throughout the fucking years. Like I was saying earlier, like I'll see something out the corner of my
What do you want?
eye, or
What do you want?
I'll put something here, and then fucking a few hours later it's over there or something, but I know I didn't move it. You know what I mean? And like
Mm.
the other day, I think it was like just 2 or 3 days ago, I went to go take a fucking shower, right? And it was in the morning. No one else is here at that time at like 10 in the morning. No one else is in this fucking house because everyone's working at that time. I went downstairs, take a shower, and when I'm done and I get out and I'm drying off and whatever the fuck, I hear like two big ass loud bangs. And the house felt like it fucking thumped, right? But it felt like someone like ran for a second or something.
Oh
Like
God.
they took some hard ass steps. And it felt like it was
Definitely.
right here in the hall, just outside my door, because that's where the bathroom was like directly underneath here. So when I
Mm.
heard those fucking thumps, dude, don't get me wrong, like I didn't say anything out loud from my mouth, because whenever
But you
something
was shook.
but whenever something does happen, I do my absolute best to not physically say anything because I don't want any potential fucking spirit or demon or whatever the fuck to hear me say, "What the fuck was that?" or hear me sound fucking scared or anything at all. I am not trying to display any kind of any emotion
Poker
or
face.
display acknowledgement to it in any way. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I heard it. I paused for a moment and then I just kept drying myself off. But in my mind, I was like, "What the fuck? That is like, that was clearly somebody else in this house. There's no way that wasn't someone else in this house." And then I just thought to myself, "Did someone like maybe come back early, maybe?" And then I just like convinced myself that I'm like, you know what? Somebody probably just came back home early. Somebody's, probably just whatever. And I thought to myself, but if nobody came back home early,
And what the
we're
fuck?
just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna think
No,
about
you
it
can keep
anymore.
going.
All
I'm
right,
not
all right,
gonna
all right.
think about it any more than that.
Nah, we're supposed to talk about
Blah
it.
blah blah.
Son.
No, no,
Talk
no.
about the ghost in your house that runs
No.
around,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying, bro. That's what I thought to myself. Like, if I go
Yeah,
upstairs and I fucking don't,
you're
there's no
gonna
one
make it
else
real.
here, I'm gonna just like leave it at that with the ghost. I'm just gonna be like, hey, it was nothing. I'm just gonna tell myself that in my fucking head. It was nothing.
Damn, you don't think that's more disrespectful? Maybe it's actually trying to get your attention, and the fact that you're ignoring it is gonna make it more mad now.
You
Fuck
never
'em.
know. You never know. So
You
I
never
was
know.
talking with my friend Hannah last night, right? So Hannah states that she's always been like really perceptive to the paranormal and whatnot, right? So she used to fuck with a Ouija board, right? So
Oh nah,
her
see,
and like
My
that's
uncle
not
used to do that
cool.
shit.
okay, all right. Wait. Before I get into that, I'm going to talk about the brief origin of the Ouija board. So I forget the dude's name. I forget the exact locations, but it was somewhere on the outskirts of Salem, Massachusetts, right?
Oh,
So
I'll
this
look it up for
dude,
you, bro.
thank you. This dude, he was commissioned by some spirit or apparition to start not commissioned, but he was told to like make these boards, right? He started making them out of a small shop, and then he eventually moved to a factory in Salem, Massachusetts. So he started making them, he started selling them, and then like a couple of years later he was like, I should not be doing this with like all these stories that are coming about. So he stopped the production, and like within a week he fell off the roof of the building and
Nice.
died a week after shutting
Wow.
down the production. And
Fuck.
then Hasbro ended up buying the rights to the Ouija board and now make Ouija boards for kids, right? They've been doing it ever since. So that
For
being said,
fucking kids?
Fucking Hasbro.
Hannah and her friends were playing with Ouija boards, right? And apparently there's this
A Hasbro
demon
Ouija board.
that no, well, I don't know, but there's this demon that can come through, like it's the spirit of the board. I forget what it's called. Anyways,
Cause you can make your own too.
like the way a Ouija board works, whatever, y'all put your fingers on it and you circle the planchette around the board 3 times, and then you say like, Ouija, are you there, or whatever. So apparently after a while of using this, like you want to continue to use it, you feel compelled to use it, and then eventually it'll start spelling out a name and like start moving back and forth on the board like profusely, and then like they're like, oh no, this shit's broken. So they kept trying it, and then it just kept spelling the same name. It kept started sliding back and forth on the board after that, and then they're like, you know what, fuck this. They stopped, and then they tried it again, and it like apparently disguised itself as like somebody else's relative, and then like after a while spelt out the name again, and then like started moving back and forth. So they're like, okay, fuck this. Fast forward years later, so Hannah ends up hanging out at her ex's place with her ex's like brother or sister, whatever, and their significant other, and her ex is in the washroom, right? And she hears like a loud banging coming from the door, and then they go up and like ask him if he's like knock lightly and like, hey, are you okay? And then he's like, yeah, what the fuck was that? What are you guys doing out there? And they were like, oh, well, we thought you were doing it, right? And then that bathroom door would like lock periodically out of the blue.
Hmm.
Yeah, but other things happen, like her like jewelry and stuff, and like headphone dongles and shit will wind up in the corner of her room. Like she'll lose them, they'll wind up in the corner of her room in a really hard to reach place, and there's no way that it would wind up there other than like, you know,
Somebody putting it there.
potentially, who knows.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
I've definitely never fucked with a Ouija board, just for those simple reasons. It's like,
yeah,
I'm curious, but man,
never buy a used one.
you want to talk
Never
about inviting something,
fuck
and
with
that's
them.
how you invite something in.
My
The
uncle
problem
used
is,
to. Go ahead, Labby. My bad.
yeah, the problem is with the Ouija board is more like you like trying to get the demons. For me,
Yeah,
that's more like
I feel like
demons.
Ouija boards are more for demons than
Yeah,
than
you're
ghosts.
thinking about you will maybe can talk with a ghost, but most of the time the demons are like playing with you, and then you're inviting the demons to like fuck you up, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you believe that the Ouija board is genuinely a door?
That's the thing.
I wouldn't call it
Who
a door, but
knows?
it's
Who
a
knows?
it's a
There's a lot of
channel.
weird shit.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a
a
lot of weird
channel.
shit
Yeah.
that
It's
happens.
a way to channel something. They get in somehow, but I wouldn't call it a door because
A
it's like
channel? So
Maybe it goes back to being able to like perceive things without having any kind of like sense of like what's around you. You know, like a way for like the common person to potentially interact with something that could either be there or like find its way to whatever. You know, who knows? Who knows? Who really does know? But like that could be a thing. You know, a way for something to interact with the common individual
the common man.
and
Yeah.
proceed to fuck shit up.
Mhm.
Since it seems like the only way to get to those realms is by fucking dying, you know, if there is
What about astral projection? I'm not saying
astral
that it's a
projection.
thing. I'm not saying that
No,
it's not a
it
thing.
is.
But
Well, I guess astral projection
there's
and
so
like
many
lucid dreaming.
thousands and thousands of stories from people all over talking about astral projection.
I've certainly never
Like
done it, but
transcending to different planes. And
I don't
shit.
think I've
I'm
done
not
it.
saying that I believe, and I'm not saying that I don't believe.
I would genuinely, even though it sounds contradictory, because I don't even like to mention shit sometimes. There's certain things.
What's in your corner?
I don't like to mention certain
What's,
things.
what's in your corner? Locke.
I don't
What's in
like-
the corner?
So you feel that on your back, bro?
Nothing, bro. Shut
You
the
feel that on
fuck
your
up,
neck?
Sean.
What's over there, man? What's over there?
So
Yo,
I
is your
don't
window
like
closed? Do you feel that breeze?
I don't like to mention certain things because then. But I'm going to today. I'm going to today.
Yeah.
But I was dead like last night. I was on a phone call, bruh, with a friend of mine, and I wanted to tell her some shit, right? And I was like, look, I want to tell you something, but like I'm actually scared to open my mouth and say this to you because
Oh gosh, I probably thought you were about to ask her to marry her.
no,
Yeah.
no,
I love
fuck,
you. Can't say shit like-
no,
you can't
fuck
start
no.
sentences
Marriage is
like
nowhere
that,
near.
bro.
Listen.
Can't
So
start a
I
sentence
fucking
like that.
I fucking
Mhm.
told her I was like I don't know how to say this or anything, but like I just can't fucking say it on the phone. She was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
just fucking text it to me." And I'm like, "Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
scared you
yeah."
had to.
And I fucking texted
You
it
had
to
to
her,
mouth it.
right? And we were talking a little bit about paranormal type shit, very
You're funny,
lightly.
bro. You're so,
And
you're so
I
cute.
fucking literally texted her, "They're listening."
You're such
I literally texted her, "They're listening, bruh," because I know that they're fucking listening, dog.
Well, they're definitely listening to you now. They're not
I
gonna
know
let you
that, yeah,
fucking
nah,
exploit them for
anything,
your
all
for
the
your
shit that
gain.
I've hidden from them and whatever, they're gonna confirm it tonight. They're gonna be like, "You son of a bitch."
Shout out,
We told
shout out
you.
to Potato in
We-
chat.
Hey, potato.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Trying to
They're
open
gonna
my
be like,
fucking
"You
Twitch
motherfucker."
sucker.
So you did see me that one Sunday afternoon, huh? I'm like, fuck. Fuck.
So you did hear me running around
Alright.
upstairs.
Yeah,
you
so
fucking
you did hear
bastard.
me. You acted like you
You
ain't
tried
hear
to
me.
say you were alone.
Something kind of fucked up from when I was in grade 9, right? So there's this place called the Shore Hills near where my old high school was. Me and a friend and I, we went walking right on this path out around the nature area there, and then it links up underneath a bridge, one of the main bridges for
Hey, where you live, bro?
like the highway. Don't worry about it. Beside a stream. So we're walking right,
Probably
and
live in
then
California.
nah, Ontario, Canada. So we
There you
were
go.
walking right, and then we hear some trees snapping. We look
Oof.
over, and there's like this fucking giant thing pushing down some trees, and like both of us fucking saw it. How do you explain that? And then we continue walking along the path, and just almost underneath the bridge, there's like this fucking 7-foot tall whatever in a long white cloak, kind of tattered, and you're gonna say like I'm fucking capping because it had long black hair, kind of like the Grudge, not the Grudge, but 100%. We both like we're walking, we see this thing coming towards us, we look at each other with the fucking like craziest, like fucking most spooked look on our faces, and we kind of complete each other's sentences. Did you? Yeah. And then we talked about it afterwards when we were
I
out of
would
the area.
too,
And,
man.
like no fucking cap, like we both fucking saw this. I could probably like message Randy right now, and she'd be like, "Yeah, I remember that."
That's fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. So how do you
Absolutely.
explain shit
Literally
like that,
crazy.
man? How do you explain shit like that?
Yeah, there's a lot we can't explain. I don't know if you were here for the alien stream, but I saw some
Yeah,
unexplainable shit
I
that
was here
like
for part of that. I was talking about like so we're not gonna get into that, but yeah, I did see something
yeah, like
like
there's
a
just
couple stories
there
up.
sometimes there really is just some unexplainable shit. No matter who you tell, no matter how hard you try to convince them, it's like
This
only you will
universe is
know.
infinite. You know, we're constantly
This universe is
disproving
infinite.
theories only to prove them as factual later on. You know, who is to say that we have a solid grasp on what reality is? You know. Okay,
Dog,
so speaking
we're
about
literally sitting in
reality.
a vacuum right now.
Speaking about reality, so one of my favorite quotes from Silent Hill is these look like monsters to you. So that made me think real hard, right? So it's like because of every individual on this planet, we all perceive things differently because of our own individual experiences and interactions. There's too many factors that amalgamate to one individual's existence. No two lives are identical, right? We all
Mhm.
experience something different. So who is to say that a person over here perceives existence the exact same as another person, right?
No.
Who is to say that we're not like we are kind of like the multiverse in a sense where we're all experiencing like a different version of this reality in this universe and coming together to create our own instances, and then we depart from each other, going back to our own individual instances within this life. There's a number of things that are unexplainable, and I don't think we'll ever have an answer to because we all perceive things differently, so vastly different.
So spitting
Word.
facts. No printer. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
I've also had a theory though, that's besides ghosts and shit, that like I was just like, yo, like one day I don't know, I was just like, damn.
Labby. He's beating you in the mustache, bruh.
I was like, yo,
It's
when
not a
I
long
Yeah.
go home,
relationship. It's 10 years.
dude,
I think
I
10
was like, yo, when I go home, like I go back to my life, and everyone else goes back to theirs. But it's like,
Yeah.
yo, what if this universe I'm perceiving is just for me,
Yeah.
and
We live
all
in
of you,
multiverse.
all of the people around me, all the things around me, this fucking cat, everything. I'm just perceiving that because like I'm perceiving things how things are made for me, but in reality, all of you are living a whole completely different
Yeah.
reality, and
Or
you're
like how
seeing
you're
things.
made to
Yeah,
perceive something.
how you're made to perceive something is so different.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. This is a
And then
multiverse right now, and we don't even know it.
it all goes back to the whole like the photoreceptive cell count in your eyes and the frequencies that you're able to hear as you're younger and how you're losing your different frequencies in sight and sound, and like how there's like frequencies that you can't fucking
Yeah, you can't fucking
you just
see
can't
here.
perceive because of our genetic makeup and what we are and what we have at our disposal,
Yeah.
as I was saying earlier.
Do you think? All right, so
Hmm.
do you
Do we
think that
think what?
if we had more perceptiveness, right, in
Yeah,
our genes and all this, do you think that we would actually be
if we
able
were better
to
equipped.
Yeah,
see
of course.
a whole other plane?
Of course.
Yeah,
Well, you
no,
wouldn't see a whole.
100%.
I don't know if you see a
Like,
whole other plane, but maybe you
you would
would
see a
just
lot
perceive
more
it differently.
Like, you know how
surrounding us.
we're like three-dimensional. We like see shit and we can see shit up to three,
Yeah,
but the fourth whatever. Like, do you think that if we had more, we were better equipped, we
Oh
had
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah, yeah,
perceptiveness,
yeah.
we would then see
Our
further?
minds
yeah,
would have to. Our minds are just not built as strong as our minds are. They're just not built to handle a whole nother dimension. But if our perception was better, then of course we'd see shit we wouldn't believe. It'd be like Interstellar, like when Matthew McConaughey's falling through the fourth dimension, he would have perceived it differently
Hmm. Do you
if
yeah,
think
his
that
mind was able to comprehend it. But because he had a human mind, it wasn't able to comprehend that dimension. It wasn't made to comprehend that dimension because that dimension wasn't made in mind.
we
The human
see,
brain wasn't
yeah,
whatever.
yo, we
You know what
see,
I'm trying to say.
we see this,
I
right?
see you? Yeah, yeah.
We see this like this way, we see this way. We can see stuff
Hmm.
up here. But what the fuck's going on down here? What if we were able to
What fucking movie is that from, bro? What was that from?
No, yeah,
That's from
I think I've seen it too.
Stranger Things.
Somewhere.
There you go.
Oh, that's
There
what
we
it
go.
was.
But,
Stranger
Yeah.
Things. But it's still
Yo,
true.
when they explained
It's
it,
Yeah, it's still
sounded
true.
really
absolutely
Yeah,
true.
it's
confused,
still
but you
true.
definitely just put it into a way better perspective.
Metaphysics, bro.
It's still
Metaphysics, bro.
absolutely true, though.
Yeah. This world is fucked. This whole reality is. There's some crazy shit going on. I wish I could understand it all. I wish we had a long enough lifespan for me to understand everything
You
in the
know,
universe.
when
It really sucks that I'm
I
gonna
think
die
one of
not knowing
my
certain things.
most real experiences, I guess, although it was insanely fast,
Yeah.
was
The first time you had sex?
no, no,
No.
but that was a pretty real experience, so it was a
Nice.
pretty real experience.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so
I love you.
me, my mom, she got married to this dude, so I had a new stepdad. We moved to
Yeah.
this fucking place, and I finally had my own room for the first time. My sisters had their own rooms for the first time, and my room had a closet with a fucked up sliding door. So like one door was
Oh
fine, and the
no,
other door would like you'd have to like
Yeah,
really
it's like a-
fucking struggle with it.
not the closet.
Bro, yeah, listen. I loved having my own fucking space, and I loved like putting my posters and all my shit all over my room and just like, you know what I'm
Oh, that's
saying,
cute.
man cave at the time and whatever. But the fucking closet gave me this really fucking weird energy
Yeah.
that
I feel that.
something from, and I don't know if it's just like
Excuse me.
because that kind of sounds like a cliche stereotypical type thing like in horror
Nah, bro, it's
movies.
always the closet.
It's always the closet or it's always under the bed or some shit like that, right? But like
Nah, it's because it's always the closet. You're not
there
bugging.
was there was a lot of times I would sleep with the closet door closed. I could
Yeah.
not stand leaving it open. I just
I
fucking
feel
could
you.
not.
I
There
mean,
was one
only
time
psychopaths do.
There was
So
one
you
time
good.
where I went to sleep with it open and I didn't know it was open because I
Oh,
think I
big
was too
mistake.
tired. But it could also be that it was fucking closed and then it opened
Nah,
later
bro.
on. I
They
don't
can't
know.
open it once you close it. Duh.
So what happened was I think I fell asleep with it open. I think. And for some reason I fucking slept with cause like the closet door was literally on the end of my bed. And I also slept with my head towards the closet that
And then you
fucking night
guys
too.
woke up and you saw something peering out at you,
No, I didn't wake up,
or you felt the presence. No.
but I was touched. Like I felt like someone
Oh,
tapped me on my shoulder three
And I felt
Yo.
times.
goosebumps all over my body.
Yeah, like somebody tapped me three times, like trying to wake me up, like your parents would in the morning to get you up for school or something. I literally felt that, like someone just, and it got me up out of my sleep, and I was just like, what the f? And my
I would
room is
imagine.
dark, all the lights, it's fucking, I don't know what time of night, and I'm just like, what the hell was that? And I look at the closet immediately after, and it's fucking open, and I'm like, fuck. And I just like,
I thought I closed that
Fuck, I
shit.
let him know.
bro, I just literally just like go, just like grab it but like as far away from it as possible and like try to safely close the door. Like no sudden
Yeah.
movements type shit. Like just close the door. And then I slept the other way with my head on the other end of the bed and my feet to the closet because I was like, no, no,
Wait,
no,
you
no.
had your head
This
Oh,
is,
facing
God.
the closet.
yeah, my head was towards the closet.
That's your first mistake, dog.
Yeah.
No.
You're never supposed to face the fucking outside of the
You're
room. You
always
gotta face the
supposed
wall.
to face, like you're always supposed to have your feet pointing towards the door, but that goes back to like being able to stop like home invasion or whatever,
Yeah.
like back in the day or whatever. But yeah.
No, yeah, the way I slept, my head is towards the closet, so my feet were towards the fucking door to the room. But because I felt the fucking tapping shit, I was like, no, 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 fuck that. I'm gonna sleep the other way, with my head at the door of the room and my feet to the closet. Fuck the closet, dude.
Yeah.
And I never again ever, believe me, I never again fell asleep with my head to the fucking closet, and I made sure every fucking night to close that fucking closet door before I went to sleep.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
definitely.
That was your first mistake.
Smart move.
I was like, no, whatever's in there, if anything is in there,
Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying.
yeah, I'm not trying to fuck with you, dude. You stay in your space and leave me in
I'll
mine.
stay in mine. Let's
Exactly.
come to an agreement.
Like, look, that's your room. You do your
You
thing,
can hang out
buddy.
in there. You do
I
your
don't give
thing
a
in that
fuck
closet,
what you
bro.
do in there. Just don't come
You
out
could
here,
fuck with
bro.
the clothes. You could
Anybody-
rearrange them.
Does anybody else ever like, depending on where you are, do you ever feel like you're constantly being watched? Do you ever like look over your
Yo.
shoulder
I've
constantly?
felt that, yeah. I've
So one
definitely
night
felt that
when I
before.
was walking home from my friend's house, I used to live in
Yeah.
Queens. When I was walking home from my friend's house, I'm not gonna front. There were a good few times. It was probably 1 a.m.
The hair stands up on the back of your neck, and you
Yeah,
just like,
and I literally like I
you're
would
just
turn
like,
around. I was convinced that the devil was following me home one night.
Oh my god.
Oof.
That
That's
fucking deep.
Ave Divini Inferni.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
But like, and nobody was behind me. Like it was a very lonely walk. No one was around. I got home from point A to point B quick. No one. But I really had that nagging feeling that like
Yeah.
I'm being watched by someone that's just like monitoring me.
I've had that feeling
But
in Puerto
yeah,
Rico.
I get that.
Anytime
yikes.
I'm walking like in dark areas when I'm by myself, I always like have like this weird like energistic kind of vibe. Like I just feel like this pressure, and I always feel like all the hair stand up on my body, and I just like I'm constantly like at 1,000% alertness, like checking things out. I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird vibe. I don't like it.
I used to
I
be
feel that.
do you think that ties into like being scared of the dark, or do you think that like
Nah,
that's separate? Like it's something
I
else
I
entirely.
think that's separate. I think
think
that's
it's
separate. I
separate.
wouldn't necessarily say I have a fear of the dark. More
'Cause
so,
I used to be
what
a
could
scared of the
potentially
dark.
alert me.
I'm exactly. That's what it always comes down to. I love the dark.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to be in the light, but you really don't know what's inside the fucking dark.
Do you think?
I'm not afraid of the ocean. I'm afraid of drowning or being eaten by what's in the ocean.
Yeah, bro, I would never swim in water that I couldn't see, like my,
Yeah, I don't
them
fuck with water that I
yeah,
can't see in.
I don't fuck with water.
That's
I can't see.
insanely fucking scary to me, dude. Insanely scary.
That's because that's different.
But do you
Yo,
know why
potato
we're
head
afraid of
is-
the dark?
But do you
I
know
don't.
why we're? I mean, nah, we
I have
do.
no
That's what we
fucking
said.
clue.
No one is
No.
actually afraid of the dark. You're afraid of the things that could be lurking in the dark.
Yeah,
I think
you can't see.
I used to be afraid of the dark until like I don't
Because
know.
it'd be the same people who sit
17
in their
or
rooms with
18
their
or
lights off
something.
the entire day, blackout shades. That be like, nah, but I'm afraid of the dark. No, you're not. You love the dark. You're
You're
just
just-
afraid of the demons,
You know how like
and that's cool.
you know how like fucking so like any video that you ever see of paranormal shit, like most of the time, a vast majority of the time, it's always in the
It's dark.
dark somewhere,
Yeah,
right? Do you think
because
that
that's where it lurks, dog.
no, but I'm saying, do you think that the
That's where this
dark
shit lives.
has something to do with our perceptiveness?
Yeah, because it's harder to
Yeah,
perceive things in
potentially,
the dark. They
because,
know that.
Yeah.
Nah, not necessarily that, because with the absence of light, it allows anything with any kind of luminescence to
Pretty
be
true.
more
You're right.
clearly seen potentially. Like I
Damn,
don't
so
know if
you're
I'm
saying
speaking
we
out of my
actually
ass,
see
but
better in the dark?
yeah, we see better in the dark.
No,
or
we don't
we're
see
more
better. We perceive better.
Yeah, we perceive certain things potentially better because
Hey,
of the lack of
Locke.
light.
Hey,
In
female
the
Locke.
sense that, hey, yo, what up, Locke? In the sense that, like, because of the fact that it's like it comes down to like light pollution, right?
Yeah,
If there's
light. Yeah,
too
yeah. I
much
was just gonna
light,
say that.
it,
I was
it's
about to say
gonna
the same
like,
thing. You
Block
can't
out
see the
shit.
stars.
yeah.
Damn,
It's like if you
that's
take
crazy.
a picture that's like totally red with like some like blue lines in it, you're not necessarily going to see the blue lines unless you take
Yeah.
red filter and put it over top to block out the other red lines on the page,
Then
so
you
that
will
you're just seeing it in one solid hue. Then you'll see
Yeah.
whatever's behind those like red lines kind of thing.
What's up, homies?
Hello,
Hey,
Talking
love.
about spookies.
Yo, Potato, you didn't hit us
We
with
talked
a
about
reason
ego.
unless you're still typing.
Talking about little spooky.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
Potato's probably
I
typing a
like
paragraph.
cat. Is this cat replacing Capcana?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Capcana.
yeah.
For it.
His name is King.
Well, no, his name is
Capcana.
Capcana.
POV.
That's
POV
King.
cat. POV
I
cat.
love the POV cat. See, that's enjoyable.
POV
I'll
That's
take POV
true.
cat.
cat.
Look, this is
cat,
POV, Sean.
cat.
No,
POV.
Whose whiskers are
no.
longer, mine or Capcana's?
What's up, guys?
Did you
It's
hear?
lonely up here.
Whoa, dude, that is like the hipsteriest hipster mustache I've ever seen.
Shadow, insufferably the greatest
Love it.
surrealist painter to have ever lived.
Facts.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I'm down.
Oh. You know
Alright.
what I'm down
Is that a
for.
green screen
Oh.
background?
It is
Or-
a green screen.
I'm in the forest right now.
Locke.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to check.
It's actually
Nah, here
from
in the
one of
wilds
my
right now.
favorite art house films, The Begun. It's actually fucked.
Damn, son.
Other
It's
than
all
Damn,
like
Raz,
bleached out like
you're
this.
a fucking savage, bro.
Potato wrote in chat. She said, "The fear of the dark is actually an evolutionary thing. We were never the top predators at the beginning
yeah,
of time.
definitely.
We needed light
yeah,
at
we're
all
still
read that
times in
before.
order to be aware of what was
Humans
coming
are still
around us.
bitches. We're still trash.
Coming around.
Yeah,
or
no,
at us.
definitely. I've
We'll still get
definitely read
smoked
that
by
before.
almost anything in the
Without a
circle of
B.
life.
So basically, it's kind of like what Sean said earlier. We're not scared of the dark. We're scared of the things in the dark.
I was just reiterating.
Yeah.
I will
mean,
not take credit.
because that kind of goes along with it. Like, if we couldn't see predators and whatever in the fucking dark, of
Change
course
the
you would be
fucking
scared of
battery
the
lock.
dark.
I swear to God. Locke.
No, it's a fucking. You know what I'm about to say.
Locke.
You know what I'm about to say, Locke. You know
It's
what I'm about
not.
to
guys
say.
hear
It's
his
not.
alarm
It
sound. I
is.
dead don't hear that shit.
Relax. Hence, it
You don't
became an
hear
instinct
that?
to be afraid of the
No.
dark. It's
Fucking
been
like all
ingrained
the
in us since then.
time. It's
He doesn't hear it
fucking
because he's from the hood
battery
too.
dead.
He...
From the hood, the shit is.
So y'all don't have 9 volts in the hood? Is that what you're trying to tell
we
me?
can't afford.
Yeah.
They can afford it.
Can't afford a 9 volt.
Shit is rough in the hood, bruh.
Yo, batteries are like $4 in the deli. Chill out. That's mad money for batteries.
Yeah, that's at the corner store, bruh.
That's what the
Yeah,
corner
bro.
store. I gotta go to Key Food. That
Oh,
shit
yeah,
gonna be buku bucks.
Oh my god. Yo, Marcel, did Marcel die?
Yo, Marcel, are you good, bro?
Marcel, I think. Look,
Is Marcel playing Cyberpunk?
I haven't
Is
even
that what
talked.
the deal is?
Marcel is
No,
fighting
no.
the
His
demons.
camera fucked up at one point, and it was like showing all black. I was gonna fucking talk
So he's
about the
fighting.
shadow people at one point, and I was gonna say how like somebody's gonna get taken, but before I
already
even
gone.
said
Podcast,
anything,
because we're talking about it.
Marcel's fucking gone before I even said anything about the shadow people.
Marcel is nowhere to be found, dog.
Do y'all
Marcel
know what the
get
shadow
captured
people
in this
are? The shadow people are genuinely fucking scary.
Yeah, bro.
Being afraid of the dark, Potato said
Why you like bundled up like fucking
being afraid of the dark,
Christmas story?
in essence, a fear of the unknown. We can't see what's out there, and it freaks us out because our imagination fills in the worst possible thing. For ancient humans, it was lions and other predators, and in today's big predator-free cities, it's
Chill out. I'm
monsters.
still afraid of lions. I'm trying to get eaten by a fucking lion.
Bro, do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember times when you were a
I'll
fucking
play
kid,
Lion, I don't give a shit.
or you were younger or something, that you would turn off the light and something that you had there in the room previously, then in the dark, looked like some other shit?
I guess.
Like you had a coat hanging somewhere,
That's just normal, dude.
That's
And-
just, yeah, that's normal.
and you perceived
Yeah,
it
the
differently.
human mind will do that shit about stuff.
Mhm.
You know, like Bloody Mary. Like the
Oh,
whole point of
God.
that is like if you're in a low light and you're in a bathroom,
You see yourself
in low
differently.
light, looking in a mirror. If you stare at a solid object for a certain amount of time, presumably about the amount of time that it takes to say Bloody Mary 3 times, your brain starts to fill in these like low light things with hallucinations. So you'll